Las Vegas, January 2025. The friendly match between Inter Miami and Club America didn't look friendly at all. In a stadium holding 65,000 people, the vast majority were Mexican fans, and they had one single target: to destroy 37-year-old Lionel Messi. This wasn't just a football match. This was an organized hate campaign against football history's greatest legend. And what happened that night in Las Vegas would deliver an unforgettable lesson about the power of sport and the importance of character. Before the match even started, you could hear the voices rising from the stands. Messi is trash. Zrenia, Argentina is nothing. But these were just the beginning. The real assault would reach much more terrifying dimensions. To understand this story, we need to go back to the 2022 World Cup. The Argentina-Mexico match played in Qatar wasn't just a group stage game. For Mexico, it was their last chance to stay in the tournament. That night, Messi had scored an incredible goal. His shot from outside the penalty area passed by Mexican goalkeeper Rodolfo Cota and nestled into the net. Argentina won 2-0, and Mexico bid farewell to the tournament. But Mexican fans never forgot that goal, that defeat. For 2 years, they had been nurturing this anger inside them, and this match in Las Vegas was their time for revenge. "We'll humiliate Messi on American soil," they were saying on social media. "We'll show him he's not wanted here." This was no longer just football rivalry. This had become a personal war. From the moment the match started, a terrible atmosphere formed. Every time Messi touched the ball, the 65,000 capacity stadium began to boo. The boos were so intense that they created a rhythmic sound like heartbeats. "Messi trash! Messi trash!" Chants shook the stadium. But these were just the beginning. The fans went even further. "Old Messi! Slow Messi! Retire!" There were even insults directed at his family. These boundary-crossing attacks were something Messi rarely experienced in his career. Luis Suarez and Jordi Alba were trying to tell their teammates, "Leave Leo alone," but they couldn't make their voices heard. Messi was trying to appear normal on the pitch, but those watching closely could tell he was uncomfortable. His teammates were telling him, "Don't mind it, Leo, don't let their words affect you." But the voices from the stands never stopped. Throughout the first half, every touch by Messi was met with boos. Even when Messi fell on the grass, laughter echoed from the stands. This organized hate campaign was something Messi very rarely experienced in his career. The atmosphere was electric with hostility. You could feel the tension in the air. This wasn't just about football anymore. It had become personal. The Mexican fans wanted to break Messi's spirit, to make him feel unwelcome on American soil. In the 31st minute, things got even worse. Club America took a 1-0 lead with Henry Martin's goal. After this goal, the Mexican fans' joy skyrocketed. "Where's Messi? Where's Messi?" Chants filled the stadium, as if they were trying to prove that the 37-year-old legend was now finished. But the real provocation came after the goal. A huge banner was unfurled in the upper tier of the stands. The banner was so large it covered half the stadium. "Messi, you're finished. Old and slow." This banner was captured in close-up by cameras and instantly started going viral on social media. On Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, millions of people were sharing this image. A group of Mexican fans went even further. They opened banners reminding everyone that Messi was 37 years old. "Retire Messi, MLS garbage suits you." Some were waving Cristiano Ronaldo jerseys. This would be considered the biggest insult for Messi. The biggest provocation came with a sign held by one fan. "Messi, World Cup was your last chance. You can't win anything anymore." This sign was so arrogant that it even belittled Messi's 2022 World Cup victory. The attacks continued on social media too. Mexican influencers started sharing videos mocking Messi's performance. The number sign Messi finished hashtag began trending. Old Messi videos went viral on TikTok. Memes mocking Messi spread on Instagram. During this time, Messi looked hurt but maintained his silence. His teammates Luis Suarez and Jordi Alba tried to support him. "Leo, stay calm. You'll give them your answer on the field," Suarez said. The noise was deafening. Every touch, every pass, every movement by Messi was met with a wall of sound designed to intimidate. But those who knew Messi well could see something different in his eyes. A quiet determination was building. Messi didn't respond to any of the provocations. At the press conference, when journalists asked about this topic, he simply said, "I'm focused on soccer." This silence was different from normal. For those who knew him, this was a sign. Teammates revealed that Messi was very quiet in the locker room. Normally joking and talkative, Messi had barely spoken before the match. He was just tying his shoelaces and lost in thought. Coach Javier Mascherano knew Messi very well. "When Leo gets like this, it means he's preparing to do something," he said later. "When he goes quiet, it's like the calm before the storm." In the first half, Messi had played with the ball less than usual, as if he was holding back, conserving his energy. His teammates were aware of this too. Jordi Alba said, "I'd seen that look in Leo's eyes before. That was the look of revenge." At halftime in the locker room, Messi said nothing. He just stood up and said, "Be ready for the second half." Seeing such a quiet Messi was strange for everyone. The provocations continued even before the second half started. Mexican fans were tearing up Messi's photos and wearing t-shirts with "Finished GOAT" written on them. You could feel the weight of expectation. The whole soccer world was watching. Would the 37-year-old Messi respond to these brutal taunts, or would this be the moment that proved his critics right? When the second half started, Messi's game had completely changed. He was now more aggressive and determined. Every touch of the ball had a clear purpose: to score and silence these arrogant comments. The critical moment came in the 33rd minute. Jordi Alba crossed from the left wing. Luis Suarez controlled the ball with his head and left it for Messi in the penalty area. When Messi received the ball, there were 3 Mexican defenders around him. Under normal circumstances, this was a very difficult position. Messi had received the ball inside the penalty area with his back to goal. Club America's goalkeeper, Rodolfo Cotto, was well positioned, and there were defensive players between him and the goal. But Messi felt something at that moment. The boo sounds from the stands were ringing in his ears. Words like "finished Messi," "old and slow" were going through his mind. This was the time to respond to them. When Messi received the ball, he first made a movement to the right. The defenders thought he would go in that direction, but then, with a sudden turn, he spun to the left. This movement was so quick that it made you forget he was 37 years old. What followed would become one of the most beautiful moments in soccer history. Messi, without any hesitation, lifted his head and made a beautiful header toward the goal. This was a header goal that we very rarely saw in Messi's career. The crowd held its breath. Time seemed to slow down. This wasn't just about scoring a goal. This was about answering years of doubt, criticism, and arrogance with pure skill and determination. The ball went into the net in a way the goalkeeper couldn't reach, 1-1. Messi had scored Inter Miami's equalizing goal with a header. This goal wasn't just a goal. It was the perfect answer to all those arrogant comments. But what Messi did after the goal surprised everyone. He didn't run, didn't shout, didn't even celebrate. He just stood there and looked toward the stands. Then he showed the number 3 with his finger and said, "Well, what did you say?" This gesture reminded everyone that Argentina had 3 World Cups while Mexico had none. But Messi did this very calmly and coolly. There was no aggression, no ugliness, just a quiet but effective response. The Mexican fans in the stands were shocked. Messi, whom they had just called finished, had scored a magnificent header and quietly responded to them. Suddenly there was silence in the stadium. The situation changed instantly. The same thing happened on social media too. The Team Messi Finished hashtag was replaced by Messi Masterclass and Never Doubt Messi hashtags. The fans who had opened those arrogant banners were now quietly sitting in their seats. Messi's teammates ran to congratulate him, but he was still very calm. Luis Suarez said, "Leo, I'll never forget this goal. How you stayed calm and responded was incredible." For the rest of the match, Messi played as if nothing had happened. He didn't look for more goals, didn't respond to provocations. He had simply done his job and given his answers silently. The beauty of the moment wasn't lost on anyone. Here was a 37-year-old legend facing a stadium full of hatred, responding not with words or gestures of anger, but with pure soccer brilliance. The match ended 1-1, but the winner was clear: Messi. That night, a small child in the stands asked his father, "Dad, why didn't Messi shout when he scored?" His father gave this answer: "Because, son, real kings rule silently." This story gave a message to the whole world. Age is